Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makat Kadash, Yahweh being the true name for every Father, Yahushai being the name for his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I give double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, taught us the truth and will well. The salutations to the hope elect, who's in this truth and our honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh. Give another in-transit lesson to the spirit power of Yahweh Yahushai. And this lesson was inspired by watching the movie called Leave the World Behind, and you can watch on Netflix. Great movie, great movie, end time movie, and it's only going to be enjoyable by those that are actually woke and know what's happening in the world and understand prophecies, and understand that this what's getting ready to happen as far as America is going to fall and be destroyed. When you woke about the end and you understand what's happening in the world with the economy, how these wars are working and things like that, and you're actually paying attention to what's going on around you, you're going to find this movie very enjoyable. Okay? And I say that because this movie has a lot of positive feedback, but it has a lot of even more negative feedback, because a lot of people that watched it, talking to more so about black people, they flocked to go watch this movie because they found out that the Obamas produced this. It's like, oh, whoa, we got to go see this. And it's got some prominent actors in it. You got Julia Roberts, you got Mahershala Ali, Ethan Hawke. You see the cast right here. So people had high expectations of high level of being entertainment. They didn't expect that this was going to be a movie that had a message to it and was going to make you think. Because be damned if you have to actually use your brain to think about something, right? Oh my gosh, that is so bad. People think it's because it's a movie, it's supposed to be entertaining all the time. Because sometimes the elites, man, and these Edomites and stuff, they allow stuff to be put out, and it's not for entertainment. It's part of it's entertainment, but it's more so to send a message. All right, and you got the Obamas producing it, and some of the stuff that was shown in this movie wouldn't be something you would expect that a former president or something like that pushing out the movie. They want to try to hide information like this that's getting ready to happen, come down the pipeline. Not actually warn the people, but they weren't really trying to warn anybody. This is really just a message that was put together. It was set up to let the higher people that are wealthy at B know that the elites are getting ready to pull the plug on this country, and they're going to get ready to allow this place to go out all out war and chaos and be destroyed. And usher in the New World Order. Because in the movie was a lot of attacks that basically was going on. It started off kind of slow. They were talking, basically. If you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, I got to speak on it. Go check it out and then check out this lesson if you haven't. But basically, just to break it down, there's so much stuff in it. You're gonna have to watch a couple times. Me myself, I've watched it one time. I'm gonna have to watch it, at least one or two more times, to catch all the shit that they try to hide in there, or messages that was put in there. All right, and I'm saying messages. Yes, it was full of messages. That's why they got the poster. You got this deer in the middle of a road, a long road, and behind it, I think, is a pileup on this highway, and you got this deer. Well, I looked up the meaning of a deer today at camp. All right, and one of the symbolisms of deer is a message, or the messenger. Okay, that represents survival and sending a message. And deer also represent, peace and protection. That's the symbolism of it. So they really threw this specific animal in the movie a lot. You know, as far as they put like hundreds of them in there. At one point, one scene of the movie was surrounding one of the actors, trying to tell them that something was coming and was sending a message. And the message was that destruction was on the way, you know, and you have to be ready for it. And it was showing one of the little girls where to go for safety, you know. But in the movie, man, it basically started off, you know, there was this white family that was staying in an Airbnb in this like this basically wealthy house that was owned by a black man and his family. You know, it was the actor Mahershala Ali, and they didn't know who owned it. They didn't know. They expected that was a so-called black man. You know, so while they're in the Airbnb, oh shit hits the fan. All hell breaks loose. There's like a cyber attack that takes place, shuts out part of the power grid, different parts of the U.S., cuts off all communication from the cell phones. They don't work, and disrupts. It must have been like an EMP too, because it fucked up the transportation. It fucked up cargo freight boats. Some big ass boat washed up on the shore, you know, and crashed on the beach. You had airplanes that crashed out of the sky. So it was a lot that was going on as far as destruction, you know, and then there was a lot of tension built up in the dialogue between the actors of the racism and things like that. You had a dude that was trying to warn everybody that something was coming. He was stockpiling up on water because he knew something was getting ready to hit. You know, one of the main characters, the black man that owned the house, that owned the Airbnb, he knew it was getting ready to come and hit because he knew he controlled different extremely wealthy millionaires people. He moved their money around, you know. He managed their finances. And one of the persons that he financed, that he managed, you know, was basically he was juiced in. He was a highly government official or something like that, or a new businessman, and he moved some money into a specific account, basically moving, leaving the country, and he told him good luck. So he got a heads up that something was getting ready to happen for all these business people and stuff to be all of a sudden basically jumping shit and moving their money to different accounts. And then the movie, America basically got attacked, man. They got attacked by they were using this sound weapon in the movie that was extremely loud. Definitely AMP had to hit somewhere. And what else hit? The cyber attack, you know, attacking the computer systems. They had all these cars that were Tesla cars. Nobody was in them, but they hacked into the cars and they were blocking all the roads and the highways. The cars just piled up, self-drove themselves, and crashed into each other to block all the highways off, so you couldn't travel and get to anywhere. And that's in the scriptures, man. Man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And all of this was unexpected. These people, they really showcased on how unprepared the family was, both the families. It came out and happened out the blue. The black family, you know, he was married. His wife was on a plane, so she probably didn't make it and died. Because all the planes, basically, I'm assuming, would have crashed because of the cyber attack. You know? And so he had to walk from some concert or catch a ride from some concert and drive back to his Airbnb place that he owned, because that was the closest to him. And the white people that were staying in it were all upset about it, but they didn't expect it either. Their phones went down and stuff like that, and it wasn't until they left the house where they seen how bad it was out there. You know, one of the weapons caused one of the sons, his teeth to fall out. Okay, and in the movie they showed you, man, because the black man, Mahershala Ali, he was like, yeah, he told me, he said these government people, they know what's coming, and they make a move. So the message is sent. The whole movie itself was a message to the elite to prepare for what's getting ready to hit the earth. It's crazy, Salakia, man. My phone just randomly cut out. The video just randomly stopped, and my phone just randomly went to sleep. And it goes to show, man, they be listening, bro. You people can get this message, man. We're one of the messengers, the brothers out there prophesying and bringing out these messages to you. Okay? And in that movie, the little girl, the daughter, she started seeing this giant flock of deer. And she was the only one that seen them. She's the only one that got the message from the deer. You know, little girl walked out. She was just staring at them. All these deer. You know, and then she tried to tell her family that she saw a whole lot of deer, and all her family just didn't care. Ignore the message, man. And she said, man, nobody wants to listen to me. Nobody ever listens to me. And her big brother was like, you're right. Nobody listens to you. You know, taunting her. Nobody cares. You know, but she saw the deer. And when she kept paying attention to these deer, man. And she followed this deer, and this deer, another scene in the movie, this deer, towards the end, stood in front of the opening of the woods that the little girl was following the deer, and he stood in front of the opening of the woods, and right in front of this house with a red door on it. This big mansion brick house with a red door. And the deer took off, and the little girl looked at the house, and she went inside, and the door was just open. Walks through the living room area, goes to the kitchen area, and passes this hallway, and there's this big old giant metal steel door that's open. A safe. Like a giant safe door. And she goes down in there, and it was a whole bunker downstairs, man. A doomsday bunker. She had all the food she needed, had the TV set up, you know, because the Lord has sent a message, man. And he used an animal to send a message to the little girl. And if they would have listened, if the family would have listened to the little girl trying to tell them, you know, they would have got the message. They would have been following the deer too, and they could have came across the bunker. And she was trying to tell everybody to go in that bunker a long time ago. Now the movie got cut short, like it ended short. It cut out after she made it into the bunker. It didn't show what happened next. It didn't show what happened to the rest of the family. So I'm assuming they're gonna go ahead and make a sequel to this. Probably come out sometime next year, or a couple months from now, or something. You know, but you got a lot of people complaining about the movie because this doesn't make any sense. We don't get it. It's because you're not woke. You're stupid, man. People don't pay attention to what's happening to the world. You don't look into the conspiracies that are out there. Just stuck on stupid, man. But a lot of people that do like it, which a lot did, they're like, damn, this shit really about to happen, man. They're looking into the Easter eggs of the movie, scanning the QR code, and the QR code, once you scan that, it takes you to a map at an abandoned amusement park in Kentucky, a haunted abandoned amusement park. You know, and that right there is a message that the fun times, the good times of America is about to end, man. That's why they're showing that abandoned amusement park in the QR code. In the movie, they didn't scan the QR code. I'm talking about, like, as the audience, us watching the movie. If you pause it, when they showed the map of the U.S. that got attacked, there was a QR code, and you scan that, and in real life, you'll find it leads you to a destination of abandoned amusement park in Kentucky that was built on top of Native American burial grounds, or where they got slaughtered at. So they're telling you a message. The U.S. is going to pay. Esau that owned the U.S. is going to pay for the atrocities that it did to the Israelites, man. Slavery is going to be paid for. The first scene of the movie, they had a giant freight truck, or not cargo trucks, Lockheed. One of them big tanker boats, man. Them shipping container boats. It crashed on the beach in front of the white family because of the cyber attack. And the name of the boat was White Lion. And you look up White Lion on Google, it's going to bring you that it was the name of a prominent slave ship, man. and it crashed on the beach of the shore, and then a society collapsed. So yeah, America's going to pay for what it did in slavery. It's going to pay for what it did to the Native American Indians. It's going to pay for what it did to the Israelites. Edom's going to pay, man. This place is going to go down. And it's time to pay the tab. That's the big message. What I basically getting from the movie. That destruction's on the way, war is on the way, death. It's going to happen suddenly, unexpectedly. You can't prepare for it, because the doomsday bunker they bought, the person that in the movie, I don't know if they're going to show it in the sequel, but nobody was in that house. It looked like the rich people took off. So the doomsday bunker didn't even save nobody. So you can't prepare for it. It's going to come suddenly. It's going to come suddenly, man. Destruction. There's a lot of gems that was in that. And then they got another movie that's coming out called Civil War. I already know that's about to be intense. You gotta ask yourself, why are they coming out with all these end time movies all of a sudden? And throwing out stuff in the movie that if you would have tried to come out with a movie like that a few years ago, there's been people that got killed for trying to show stuff like that in the movie. And now it's allowed to be seen because it's coming, man. It's on the way. You know, so Lord's will, you guys get this message, man. Get this message. You got to spiritually prepare for what's to come. You can't financially prepare for it. The economy will collapse. You're going to go to a barter system. It's going to be survival, man. That's what that deer represents. Survival. And a message. And the only way you can get that protection is you got to have Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua protected. That's the only way, man. The only way you're going to have that protection is if you're serving the Lord, man. You're repenting. And in the movie they had a key warning for you women too, because the deer also represents, they say, look it up, feminism. And of course, destruction came in the movie after they seen the deer. And in the movie, one of the scenes in the shed, it was two women, Julia Roberts and the black girl. I guess her name is Myha'la. I guess that's her name. They were in the shed. I can't remember why they were in there. I think they were looking for something. And then they heard a bunch of stuff storming around the shed, and they walk out. As soon as they walk out the door of the shed, stand out there, is hundreds of deer standing and surrounding them, staring them in the face. And this big buck right in front of her, man. This big buck right in front of her. All these deer standing around these two women. The black woman and the white woman. Okay? Just watching them. And they were terrified, man. And the deer wouldn't move. They were just looking at them. And they were intimidating them. And the women got terrified. They started screaming and yelling at them because they thought they were going to get attacked. That's a message for you women, man. That judgment is coming. That was a big message to you, that judgment is coming. Those two women were alone. There was no man in the shed with them. There was nobody there to protect them. And pretty soon that's about to be the sad story, the sweet sad story for a lot of these women out here, because you got deceived by feminism and being independent and putting down your man. The scriptures give warning, man. So that's a part of the message too. So like I said, man, you know, great movie. Go check it out. You know, if you haven't, go check it out, man. And get right within the eyes of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. If you're a man, stand up for righteousness. Do the work of the Lord, or support the ministry. Okay? Keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. And for you women, find a man of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Carry his last name. only to be called by thy name, take away our reproach, meaning become his wife. Not talking about a contractual marriage. I'm talking about marriage to the Lord. If he pops you, he accepts you, and he gives you that title, says that you're his wife, you're his wife. Submit and serve him. Be in order to that man. And that's your ticket if you're a woman of marriageable age. For your aged women, you got to teach the young women to do those things. That's your ticket. And have faith in the Lord to support the ministry. Because there's women that's going to be saved too. And there was a lot of deer trying to give the message. How you going to take it, man? So Lord's will, this lesson's edifying. We're going to close out, give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, Natasha's truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopeful person is truth, and honest sincerity. Shalom.